So tonight we're doing another breakdown. This is going to be a nighttime scene whereby we're just sitting in front of the TV and we're just watching a movie. Now I wanted to do a bit more practicing in low light rather than doing an early sunrise. So we'll just take a quick look at that scene and then we'll do a breakdown. Welcome back, guys. It's Byron Phillips from byronphillipsmedia.com. Thank you for sticking around, and hopefully this time tonight it won't be 27 minutes long and we'll just get through it a lot quicker. Something I'm trying to get better at. I tend to waffle on a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the lighting. We'll talk about what I got the camera set up as. We'll just go through the basic positions of where everything is, and then yeah, that'll be basically it. So the lighting itself, we've got 1, 2, 3 lights going on. These are different lights. So we've got the Alanzi L1 Pro again. Now that's going through the Venetian blinds, which is casting the light against the back wall. Now this has got a bit of masking tape halfway across the light because a lot of the light was spilling onto my back and I wanted to cut that out. So that has solved that issue. Now what I've done is I've put 2 blankets either side to try and simulate a little bit of curtains, and then I've got another V flag then just to stop the spill against that side of the wall. The other 2 lights then are for the actual TV itself. So I've purchased a Godox R1, I think. I'll probably remember the bloody name now, but I've got one there and I've got then an Aperture M9, and this is positioned here. So what this is doing, this is giving me a bit more direct light from the TV, and then this is providing a bit of fill. Now this is on a small V flat and that is positioned here. So that is providing a bit of bounce. So if I just turn this off, so as you can see, we've still got the R1 just situated just off the TV there. So that is what that light is doing. And then if I put this back on, so as you can see, it's just lifting me up just enough. So when I'm sat in front of the TV, you can almost, you're not going to say it's bright enough, but with these 2 lights off, there's just simply not enough light coming off the TV to effectively do this. I do have another light, and I lied. So behind the Batman sign is another Godox R1. Now these are RGB lights and I've only just had them and they seem to be working out really well. And where I've got that position is just behind the TV, and I flagged that off a little bit so that the light looks like it's kind of coming from that. Now that is set to 3100 Kelvin. The 2 lights here, they're set at 5600, and then that light is also 5600, but they obviously but there's about 200 Kelvin between them. Every time I do a color check with the grey card, they're always roughly around the 200 mark off. So but it's enough to give the right exposure. Now using the light meter again, the light that I'm getting with this is coming in at about a 1.3. Now obviously the lens is set at 2.2, so I know that it's just a stop under, so I'm happy with that. I don't know how much grain I'm going to get or noise, but I haven't increased the ISO, so we'll talk about the camera settings now. So obviously the lens is at t2.2. The white balance is set at 4400. Now fingers crossed that is gonna add a little bit of blue to the other lights, so that should work out well. What else have I got it set? That obviously is 24 frames per second, and I think that's about it. Now, like we did in the last one, we're obviously using where are you? Every time I come out of the app, you've got to resync. So obviously I'm using the Edelkrone to do the focus ragging and a bit of sliding. So I've done that again tonight. If you haven't seen that, so I'll just double click. Fingers crossed it'll do that, yeah. So I should be coming out of focus and that moving across. And then back to me. So that was the first movement, and then the last movement then is actually going and parallaxing across by the TV. Now initially I did do this and I had it pointing a little bit too much towards that wall, and I've obviously not flagged enough of that area off, and you could see a lot of the light spill, so I've had to reposition that. Now the rest of the stuff, that's actually it, right? Yeah, that is well, that is how simple it should be. I've still got the diffusion on so I got the Cinebloom on the actual lens, and like I did before, I've got the netting at the back. So I'm just trying that and practicing, because in the last video I did notice there were a few grid lines, and I want to see if that is happening again as a result of the netting. So I got a bit more testing to do with that. But fingers crossed. Use this as part of the workflow again. So hopefully the colors will come out okay. This is the spider checker, so always do that at the start. And that is it for tonight. Yeah, it's just gonna be a short one because it's late again and I tend to waffle on, so there's not much for tonight. What I'll try and do is I'll try and put up a screenshot of the actual layout of where everything is, like where the sofa is and where the actual V cards and everything is positioned, so that you get an idea of how this was lit. So it's a nice quick one. So thank you for joining. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.